Hi stamping friends, Melissa Kerman here with Melissa's Crafting Treehouse. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and I sell all the products that I share in my videos. And today's project features the Painted Seasons stamp set, which is available as a free item as part of a bundle through Celebration. And the bundle includes the stamp set and this gorgeous designer series paper. So let's get started. So I'm going to be using three colors here: Berry Burst, Garden Green, and Early Espresso. The Berry Burst is one of the 2017-19 in colors that is retiring as of the end of May. So this is the time to get those retiring in colors. Don't wait until May when they're on the retiring list. So you can see I'm stamping that succulent image in the Berry Burst multiple times in first, second, and third ink. And I've just done a variety of them, creating a line in the center, and I'm sort of creating somewhat of a pattern. So now I'm using my garden green with the foliage image, and each time I stamp it, I'm turning it slightly at a different angle so that it looks more natural. And now I'm coming in with my Early Espresso and the pine cone image, and I'm going to do the same thing with that. So first inking, second inking, and then I'm going to come in again, and I'm again rotating it a little bit each time to give it a natural look. And I am spacing out the images so that the first and second and third inkings are in different places along the line. So there aren't two full inkings next to each other or second inkings next to each other, just to mix it up and give it some more dimension and interest. And now I'm just putting adhesive on the back side of the focal piece and putting it onto my garden green layer. And next I'll begin with the construction of this card. So this is a fun fold card, and I've done this style of card both in the portrait and landscape orientation. So I've already marked a spot that is the center point on my panel, which would be at 2 3/4 inches. And now I'm just making 1/8 inch holes with my hole punch just on the left and right sides of that pencil mark. So next I'm going to take my tear and tape and put a piece on the top of the Berry Burst panel and on the top of the Pear Pizzazz panel. And I'm positioning my Pear Pizzazz piece actually so that it has an edge on the left and right and on the bottom. Now if you want your card to stand up mostly more upright, you would actually justify your Pear Pizzazz piece all the way to the bottom, and you would just have the side edges showing the Berry Burst. If you don't do that, what happens is the card sort of tilts forward because the front of the card is shorter than the back of the card. So I learned that after I did the video, so you can choose how you want to do it. The important thing is that when you're lining it up, as I am here, that you make that choice now, because as you can see, I'm making pencil marks in the hole of the Pear Pizzazz piece. So I'm going to punch out holes that will line up with the holes on the panel, which is essential for the construction of this card. So now I'm putting it back in place, and again I've got an edge on the bottom, which you might choose not to have, and I'm checking to make sure that the holes line up and removing my tear and tape. And you may want to remove your tear and tape first and then get it into position, because otherwise you have to hold it there in place like you see I was doing. And again, I'm testing my focal piece to make sure it fits properly. Now my ribbon is going to lay flat on the front of the card, as you can see here, and I'm taking the ends and just weaving them through those little 1/8 inch holes and pulling it through the other side, and then I'm going to go ahead and do the left side. Now you can use binder clips or something to hold the ribbon in place so that it's not loose, and I have a little mini tutorial on my blog post for this if you want to check that out. That actually shows where I've put the binder clips. And now you can see it's woven through. And I'm just going to take those two tails and straddle the ribbon on the front and just tightening it and tying my knot and then getting my tails in place. I like to do what I call training my tails, where I put my finger down on the knot itself and then pull the tails down into the shape that I like. And then, of course, trimming off the edges to make it look nice and pretty. And last but not least, I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back side of my garden green piece and go ahead and attach it to the front of my card. I did also use a white panel on the inside of this card, and that piece is sized at 3 7/8 by 5 1/8, which is just a little bit smaller than the Pear Pizzazz piece, so it's well hidden inside the card. So I hope you've enjoyed my project today, and if you're interested in learning about how you can get free card kits or learning more about how to get this painted season bundle for free, check out the video description below and you'll find lots of helpful links to that information. And make sure to jump on over to my blog post as well with all the details, project dimensions, etc. So thanks for spending some time with me today, and happy crafting.